Hello everybody. Now, Mark here. Today for dinner, I'm going to be, some of it's going to be the usual stuff. Now, I've got the carrots in the pot of water. They're boiling. Got to give them a head start because, as you know, they take ages. Alright, then what I've done, I've just dug this out of the bottom of the freezer. This is actually left over from the Farmfoods £25 challenge. This is peas, sweet corn, there's some broccoli, there's some cauliflower in there. This bag cost 57 pence because, as you know, I evened everything out into sandwich bags and then divided it up, divided the cost by how many bags. So I know that this cost exactly 57 pence. Also from the Farmfoods challenge, you may remember, if you may remember these, the LA Diners toppers. Now these were very good. They come in 3 flavours. This one's ham and cheese, and I have 2 of these. Right, that's ham and cheese. Then I've got broccoli and cheese. There's 1 of them. And then I've got chicken breast, cheese and ham, and there's 1 of them as well. So they're left over from the Iceland Farmfoods, as well as the veg. I'm wondering, I might well put some gravy on there, possibly, most likely. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to have it. So I'm clearing out some space, because I need to clear out some space out of the freezer before I go on to the next food challenge, which might be Aldi, might be Lidl's, might be Morrison's, might be Sainsbury's, Waitrose, I don't know. But the point is, because I had a load of stuff in there to begin with, and after each challenge I've always got some stuff left over that I couldn't make a complete meal out of, like these and the toppers. So over the next short time I'm going to be using those, trying to itemise everything down to the penny like before, so exactly how much it cost. And then once I've got some space, then I can go on and move on to the next challenge and see how well I do there. Okay, right, so that's boiling, and I'll let you, when that's boiled, I will come back and see what else is going on. Right then, the water has come back to the boil. What I did, I boiled the carrots, took them out, put some more water in because it needs to be deeper. The water's come to the boil now, and to add, now this bag of veg that I showed you, it's from the Farmfoods. The usual, it's got peas, sweet corn. Okay, I'm going to put that in the plate. Then I'm sort of ready to tip it all in. And what I'm going to add to it is an extra 2 bits of broccoli. It's got 1 or 2 bits in there. I'm going to add some more, and then I'm going to add 10 Brussels sprouts that are, there you go, they're all stacked together. But 10 Brussels. These are like miniature Brussels sprouts. Okay, and so far that's what the veg looks like. That's good. So that's a pretty big plate. That's not including all those little extra bits. Okay, so I'm going to pour it all in the hot water. Okay, and then of course, because they're frozen, they take the heat out of the water straight away. So I'm going to bring that back to the boil. In a moment or two, what I like to do, I can't do it straight away because it's frozen solid, but the broccoli and the cauliflower, they're in pretty big chunks. So when they've had a few moments to thaw out in the hot water, I'll take them out, chop them up, put them back in. Okay, and yeah, I'll cook that, and then I'll get busy doing the... In fact, I might put them in now. Yeah. Yeah, these are the LA toppers. Of course, that's what they look like. There's broccoli and cheese. There's ham and cheese. There's cheese and ham and all that. Okay, I'll put them in there. What I'm doing, I'm going to put all the 4. There's 4 of them. 3 different flavours. There you go, there's 4 of them in there. I'm going to put them in for 20 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes, I think. No, 15 to 20 minutes on 200. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's done, and right, I'll show you when the veg is a bit nearer done. Okay. Okay, the next step is to remove the vegetables from the hot water. They've been cooking all those vegetables, the broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, peas, sweet corn, Brussels sprouts. They've been in there for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, I guess. And they're finally done. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my, I don't know what this is, some kind of spoon with holes in it. All right. I'm going to take the vegetables out, put them in the colander, which is in the big bowl here. The reason I'm doing it that way is because I want to keep the water. If I didn't want the water for the gravy, I would just pour the whole thing into the colander over the sink, and I'd have the drained vegetables and no more water. But I want to keep the water for the gravy because it makes it taste better, and it's this is a way of getting back any nutrients that have been boiled away from the vegetables. Okay, so that's nearly done. So what I've done, I've taken those 4 chicken toppers and I've cut them each one into 3, just so it'll help them cook. I mean, normally they won't have a problem cooking in the middle, but it's just to get them nice and cooked in the centre and evenly done. Now, each of those 4 was cut into 3, so when they're cooked, finally cooked, I'll actually cut them into further small pieces, purely so I could just eat them with 1 spoon, you know. And I'll put them in with the veg, put them in with the gravy, everything eaten with a spoon, everything's good. Alright, anyway, I'm going to finish off getting the veg out of there, and I'll show you the chicken toppers when they're finished. Okay, the vegetables are done. They're in the big plate. The water is still hot for the gravy. I'm just going to bring that back to the boil about 3 minutes before the meat's done, which is very close. I've just gone in there. All the cheese and stuff that's in there is starting to slightly melt out of the item because I cut them up. But they're still holding together pretty good. Okay, so they're just going to be a few minutes away. Now, what I've done, I've put on the board for you. Now, that bag of veg, that was left over from the Farmfoods, which is pretty much almost identical to the the Tesco challenge, which I've still got 1 or 2 bags left of veg in there. Alright, so that's 57 pence for that big bag of veg. And the toppers were 41 pence each. And there was 4 of them, which makes £1.64. So that's using up the last of those. So there's a bit of space made up from there. 3 boxes got rid of. So the grand total is £2.21, which is for, well, actually, well, a big plate of veg there. You'll see the whole thing in a few moments. Okay, £2.21. So that's not included. Oh boy, I don't know what's up with me today. Right, £2.20. Right, that's not including the gravy, which is basically all it is just gravy granules. Doesn't hardly cost anything. And that's not including that extra bit of broccoli that I put into the bag, and it doesn't include the 10 Brussels sprouts, which when I bought, I can't remember how much they were. They were like £1 at one point. Now they've gone up to about £1.30 or something like that. So I estimated ages ago. I should have actually counted them actually, but I estimated there's approximately 70 in there. So you can figure that, say, a penny and a half each, right? So 10 of them, so you're looking at approximately 15 pence for the extra Brussels sprouts. So if you were, if you wanted to put some extra stuff, just add a couple of pence for the broccoli, 15p for the extra Brussels sprouts, and anyway, that's what you got. So if you don't add them up, that's $2.21 for this big plate of dinner. Anyway, okay, I'll pause right there, and when the meat's done, I'll show you that. Okay, then here we go with the last bit of the cookery. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 spoons of gravy granules. There you go. It's the whatever golden fry. Okay, and let's turn this off. The microwave is almost done. Now, I'm going to pour that in there. That's slightly over half a pint. This is just a was it 13 ounces. 13 ounces of gravy. I'll give this a mix. If it's too thick, I'll just add a bit more water. But I've got a feeling this is it's going to be thin gravy. Okay, let's put that on one side. Now, what I done was took them chicken pieces and cut them up even further. So now they're all bite size, except for that one. That's kind of a big piece, but they're all spoon size here. There we are, just the right size. So I can hold the plate with one hand and then this spoon with the other. Now the gravy's kind of lumpy but thin, you know. It's got bits of sweet corn and bits of, I can see bits of vegetables in there. Okay, here we go. Right. Now, this is looking quite nice. Yeah, I remember these from the Farmfoods challenge. These are very nice. Bits of chicken with some broccoli or some cheese. Wrap some breadcrumb. Pretty chewy. I don't know whether, because I actually cooked them longer than the 15 or 20 minutes it says on the packet. You know, just to make it, you know, because I wanted it to be extra cooked, you know. Of course, with the toppers, you've got 3 different types. You've got ones with ham, ones with cheese. You got chicken. You got breadcrumb, and all the great nice gravy and vegetables. There you go. That's a big plate, and I tell you, that's not bad. £2.21 for 3 chicken toppers and like 6 different vegetables, I think. Anyway, all right, there you go. So I'm going to finish off this, and there you go, there's a whiteboard in the background. 164 plus 57, there you go. Okay, well, hope that was interesting for you. I'm going to finish off the rest of this, and thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.